I love being in love. I love loving. I love being loved. I love every thought that I have about our relationship. I love being apart and coming together. I love knowing that we can always be together. I love the more that the two of us are. I love how the two of us together are more than just one and one. We're like thousands. We're like exponentially so much more. I like how the more time we spend together, the more fun we have, and the more inside jokes we have, and the fuller our relationship is. I love knowing that it's just going to get more. I love knowing that while this is the beginning of the relationship, it's not the biggest part of it that will wane. It's the smallest part of it that will grow. I love knowing that we are two beings who are separately connected to our own inner beings, who are using each other as an excuse to be in the vortex. And I love contemplating what that vortex, that combination of her vortex and my vortex, can mean for the two of us. I love every minute of this, you see. Now, after a while, the conversation doesn't do it for you. So then move on to something else or pick some. But the point of it is to milk it for the juiciness, right, for the emotionalness of it, you see. So what is necessary to stay in the vortex?
Just good feelings. Good
focus.
thoughts.
Focus of what? Focus of feeling, focus of attention. How do you focus feeling without thought? Can you focus feeling without thought? Well, you can think about feeling. What does it feel like? What does love feel like?
What does love feel like? Wow.
Feels like
joy, like appreciation.
Feels like fun.
Like fun,
happy.
Excitement. I'm extremely excited for what's coming.
Feels like anticipation.
Anticipation.
Feels like interest. Use all the words. Use all the words. It's not just love. It's all. Use all the juicy in the vortex words. Being in love is being alive. Being in love is being more than I've ever been before. Being of love is feeling the expansiveness of who I am. And whether you are using the words or not, don't all of those feelings sort of compound where you are? And aren't you, for every moment that you spend saying those words, aren't you practicing a vibration and constructing some thought ways that are going to lead to more and lead to more and lead to more and lead to more?
Yes.
It's vibrational preparation for the goodness that's already in the vortex. That's really what we're talking about when we say being in the vortex and milking it. Yes.
Thank you. Wow.
What else? What else other than falling in love, which is huge? What else?
Just my alignment, my knowing that my vibrational reality is.
Are you saying
real.
to us that you have connected the dots and that you believe that your alignment led to the in-loveness that you've got going on?
I don't know. It seemed like they came in right at the same time. So I don't know if she expanded me to that or if my alignment brought her me.
So what is the best construction of thought? Knowing what you know, in other words, which feels better? My alignment led me to all of this, or discovering that accidentally led me to my alignment?
My alignment led to all.
Of course it did. Your alignment. So this relationship that I am so wrapped up in is evidence of the vibrational balance of my being. Imagine what other wonderful things are lurking, just like this relationship was.
Yes.
This is evidence in one direction, you see. So then we say, what else? And if you don't have anything else that compares with that, then keep talking about that. In other words, there's no right or wrong here, but milk it to your highest capacity to feel. That's really what we're going for. Your highest capacity to feel. Now, do you think that you would be interested in him getting specific about the relationship for a really long time, or would we need videos?
I have some of those too.
So,
just kidding.
but what we're getting at here is it's possible for us to, in our effort to milk something, reach a place where we've sort of played it out, where it's not doing it anymore. And can you feel when that happens? So then what do you do? Then what do you do when you feel the interest or the specifics played out or beginning to wane? Then what's then the best way to maintain the momentum of the vortex, even though you've played that out as far as it will go?
Forward looking.
Forward looking, imagine into the future is one way, or you could change the subject on other things that keep you in the vortex. Now, this is what we're leading up to, because we want to say to you that when the subject that's really easy to focus upon, that takes you into the vortex easily, when you focus there and you stay there for a little while, what happens is it activates a higher vibration that then gives you access to other subjects, but on that same vibrational plane. So then sometimes, once you've sort of played it out, it's good to just sit there grinning, feeling satisfied, feeling proud, feeling successful, acknowledging something that you started to do. You said, it's just my alignment. It's just my alignment. You did the natural thing. You went general on the subject. And in going general, you stay in the vortex, and then that's the time to just sort of sit and contemplate. And this is where the word bask really applies, because as you bask in the deliciousness of the vortex and how it feels, other things, other subjects on the same vibrational frequency will reveal themselves to you. And this is the time. This is the opportunity time. This is the time for you to move to a new thought way, you see, because the work is preparing the thought ways. So we just want to ask you, you've been listening, you've been very wonderful in your willingness to listen to us as we're carving this out incrementally. Does it make sense to you that if a subject takes you generally into the vortex and you're able to maintain being in the vortex, that then another subject in the same frequency will reveal itself to you, and that then you have an opportunity to now add some of the same specifics to that, which means you're building those thought ways. You're actually building the bridges that make it easier for the universe to deliver to you the manifestation of what's already vibrationally there, but because you have stayed on the subject longer, you have made it easier for it to happen. And the experience that you will have, short of the manifestation, because the manifestation is down the road. It took a while for your lover to show up. The manifestation is down the road, but can you feel how much fun it is to contemplate and build the bridges, the thought bridges? Can you feel it? If you can, then you're there. If you can, then you now understand deliberate creating at its best. Because deliberate creating at its best is first knowing that it's already in the vortex. Next, knowing where you are in relationship to the vortex. Next, being in the vortex as often as possible. Next, staying in the vortex as long as you can every time you get in. And next, feeling the cooperative components of the vortex revealing themselves to you and being ready then to take the next step inside the vortex. You following?
Yeah.
And when you start taking the next step inside the vortex, when you start taking that next step, that's when you're really going to be able to understand what deliberate creation is, because it's so fun to find the thought. It's so fun to recognize the thought, and it's so fun to contemplate the thought, and it's so fun then to make the thought move from general to less general to more specific to more specific. In other words, you'll feel the energy moving. It will be like the creator who has his hands in the clay. You'll begin to feel yourself directing the details of the way the universe yields to you. You get to pick every part of it, you see. So what have we been saying to you today? If you get specific before you're in the vortex, you mess everything up. If you get specific after you're in the vortex, you have the fun ride of your life, because you are then the maestro with the universe and the energy that creates worlds behind you at your bidding, giving you the details that you are carving out through the power of your own focus. It's who you are. It's why you came. You didn't come as a sort of lumbering, blubbering, bumbling creators by default. You came as focusers of energy and understanders of the power of the energy, explicitly wanting to express that power toward the subjects of your choosing, you see.
Yes.
And nothing is more satisfying than to plan for something, to want something, to hope for it, to plan for it, to know it, and then to watch the cooperative universe co-create with you.
And that's fun. I've been having a lot of fun.
Clearly.
Thank you.
Enough?
Enough. Thank you. Love you.
Are you bored? Do you get it? You like the idea of focusing? You ever going to focus again when you're not in the vortex? If you're not in the vortex, what are you going to do? Chill, relax, nap, play a game, play doodle jump,